Welcome to everyone. I'm Ilse. We're going to start the recording. I will share my screen with you, and if you have anything to ask, you are welcome to just show a hand, raise a hand at the top of your screen, and ask your question. Unmute yourself. Okay. So this is my welcome. I'm from Light to Love. Our slogan is Rewrite Your Story. We work with people who want a new outcome for their health and the family health, everybody included. So this is our Power Hour. We host it once a week, every Monday. And the focus of the Power Hour is to help the people, general public, anybody can attend. It's free to just give you a few nuggets on the health side of food. And it's pieces of the puzzle. And when people join a program, we build the puzzle with them. So everybody's puzzle and picture is different. So we work on a personalized program with them, but to give you the general idea. And tonight we focus on the superfoods. So I am a personal lifestyle and nutrition coach. I've been coaching my own children for the past 21 years. Now they're grown ups, but they were little toddlers when I started out on this health journey and did a lot of research. And because they were constantly ill and in hospital, and it was a real, I was desperate. So there is a few pictures of my kids. This picture at the right is my husband when my little one just was discharged from hospital once again with some lung issues, and I was really desperate for a solution. So we were on holiday when they were, I think they were 6 years and 4 years old when we decided on a holiday to change our lifestyle. We read a book. We bought the weights on a holiday. That was a training program, part of that. And that was our starting point. And within 6 weeks, we saw a huge difference in our lives. And the kids were suddenly healthy, and the parents were healthy, and I had my energy back. My husband was diagnosed with arthritis at the age of 30, so that was a bummer for us. But he completely got rid of all his pain and all his aches and pains. And for the past 21 years, we did it with lifestyle only. So happy family. In 2023, my eldest got married. And with all the savings from our medical savings that we didn't use for the past 20 years, they paid it out, and it was nearly 96,000 Rand that we could use to have a beautiful wedding. So that was our savings plan from above, we always say. Of course, it was amazing to realize how much you save when you don't use your medical aid savings. So tonight we talk about superfoods for super immunity. Is that the truth, or is it only a myth or a hype, or what is it? Each one of us do want to feel nourished, to be energized, and to thrive in life. But what is the truth about food or superfoods for that reason? So what is the definition of superfoods? Superfoods are nutrient-rich foods considered especially beneficial for health and well-being. They are typically whole foods, minimal processed, and packed with vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and all the other essential nutrients. And when you read the cereal box of Cocoa Pops, they have a lot of promises like this. Vitamins and minerals and calcium added. And now you ask yourself, but isn't that a highly processed food? How will that be beneficial to you? And this is the way we should look at to the medical, to the food world. It can be difficult. Yes, my screen is shared. Can you see my screen? I'm just going to stop sharing and share it again. Some of the people say they can't see. Okay. All right. If you can see the slides on your side, great. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome. So the superfoods are supposed to be special foods. Debbie, I hope you can see it now. All right. What is the reasoning? Why would people want to have a superfood? Why not just food. And it's basically due to our hectic lifestyles. People are more and more and more convenience orientated. So, and I saw that all the time when I work with people. It's much easier to swallow a pill or a tablet or drink something than to have to prepare food. And if we can get food that is super healthy, then maybe we can just focus on one or two things and then we don't need to worry about the diet and get on with our life. Is that the truth? Is there some food that is just superfoods? And that's a reasoning for most people is what can I eat to be super healthy for me? The problem with that is on the one side, there's some pros, and then the other side, there's cons about superfoods. The convenience about the superfood is we want simple and efficient solutions. Isn't that the truth? And many times the whole supplement industry promise us the convenience of just swallow this supplement, then you will be fine. You will have all the nutrients and vitamins and minerals in your system. You don't need expensive foods. That's many times the reasoning and the marketing strategy of supplements. And to optimize our health, we all know that our bodies and our lifestyle has a huge impact on our bodies, and we want to have a better way to get healthier. And maybe superfoods is the option. But also, we live in a world that is very fast paced, and it seems that we are only picking up speed year by year. I can feel the pressure to perform, and we are tired. That's the one thing that's the first thing that I measure when we start out on a program is how is your sleep and how is your energy levels? And usually when people start out with me, their energy levels is below 4, between 1 and 4 out of 10. So that's very low. You don't feel very energized when you have an energy level of 1. So many people just want to feel more energized and more focused in their daily life. And then the whole thing that we want something that is as easy as to pop a pill and drink a powder, and that can be functional for us. So is there something cheaper than a few thousand rands of supplements every month to feel good? And but just look at where did it come from? So superfoods is actually a marketing term that's used to describe nutrient-dense foods that can be very beneficial for your health. And when anything is in the marketing category, we all know you can't believe everything that's marketed to you. So it's not recognized by the FDA and EFSA as and by scientists as a real term that you can assign to a special food. So most of the topics of superfoods is just somebody who use it as a marketing term. And if you look at this book, Superfoods it's a National Geographic on the shelves now about superfoods. And I was very curious to see what is their definition of superfoods. And yeah, I must say I can agree with most of it. All right, so the challenge of superfoods is first of all that it oversimplifies the whole food industry. So you don't get your nutrients just from a few foods, and your overall health depends on how much do you sleep, how do you spend your energy, how high is your stress levels, what's your activity levels, what's your relationships. All of that has an impact on your life. So while food plays a very important role, up to 70% of your body stress comes from your intake of food and drinks on a daily basis. But the rest of the package is what is your lifestyle. So when I walk a road with my clients, I don't only focus on food. Food is about basically 50% to 60% of our program, but we also focus on the other lifestyle factors because you want the whole person to be in a better space after a program. It also has nutrient gaps, and this is the one thing, and I will talk about that in a future power hour as well with the weight loss drugs. And I'm not going to say anything more about the weight loss drugs, except that you will experience nutrient gaps. Because if you eat only a little bit of one or two types of foods, you don't get all your nutrients in. And this is also the case with all these extreme diets like carnivore diets or Banting or keto or any diet that cuts out a complete food group. That is a red flag for me. You're supposed to eat from everything to get all your nutrients. It's a basket of nutrients that you need in your body every day, and your body knows how to extract the nutrients, but you need to eat them first. And then it gives you false security that this specific food is going to be the golden or the silver bullet. And I don't have to worry about the rest of my day. So I can eat junk food in front of the TV in the evenings as long as I get my superfoods in the morning. And it doesn't work like that. And then the final one is diversity. Again, your gut is where all your digestion happens, and it's a very complex process. And you have a microbiome that needs diversity. So all the bacteria and the fungi and the viruses and the rest of the cells in your gut needs a spectrum of foods to perform optimally. And we talk about your healthy gut bacteria. And if they get the right type of foods, they can perform well. But if they don't, then you're in trouble. And I get that all the time. Autoimmune diseases are very closely linked to gut problems, and gut diversity is usually one of the first problems there is that a person had some health issues and they were put on antibiotics and medication and this and that, cut this out, cut that out. And in the end, you don't have a gut diversity, and that leads to poor immunity. So we can't just focus on one or two foods. We need to focus, broaden our focus when it comes to a balance of foods. So to just talk about the big picture here, what does your body need? Now, most diets focus only on three things, on your macros. I will get many people telling me, I just need to fix my macros. So your macros is the foods that has calories, and you measure your calories with proteins, carbs, and fats. But that's only three pieces of the whole puzzle. So it doesn't give you a complete picture. What your body also needs, and this is essential for your immunity, is your minerals and vitamins and antioxidants and phytonutrients. All of that is necessary to perform really well. And also your essentials. If a food doesn't have fiber, then you're in trouble. Our bodies are designed for fiber. Water, oxygen, and light. Only the foods from nature has that. So if your food is dehydrated, deep fried, baked, or whatever, there's no moisture in that anymore. And now your body has to accommodate that. And your body has different mechanisms to do that, but it puts your body under pressure. And the same with oxygen and light. The closer we live to nature, the better. And I think you can see where I'm going with this presentation. So in essence, to get all the nutrients your body needs, the micronutrients, you need to have paradise foods. Get back to nature, do the real things, and get a whole plant-based food. It does not say, I'm not telling you to cut out, to become a vegan or a vegetarian or anything like that. You can eat all the different types of other foods as well. But there's a ratio that we have to focus our nutrients on these foods, because all of these foods are very nutrient dense. If you get all the minerals and vitamins and all of that into your diet. And in America, the average American gets about between 2 and 4, maximum 4, fruit and veg in a day, which is very low. So we aim for closer to 9 in our program. And there's many different ways to get it in a delicious way, but we should go back to nature. Our bodies are designed for nature foods. If you look at plant-based foods, you get maximum nutrients per calorie. So high in micronutrients, low in calories. And that's why people who focus on this approach lose weight easily, because you don't eat calorie dense foods, you eat nutrient dense foods. And in my program, we discuss that in detail. But for now, just remember nature foods is much lower in calories but higher in nutrients. Okay, so how will you know you are on the right path? Your body will tell you. You will learn to understand your body language. And there's a few things, and I focus now on women because most of my clients are women. Your body will tell you in a few ways. So, first of all, when you're before premenopause, you will have less PMS symptoms. And I experienced it myself. I really, in my days when I worked right next to Kentucky. So we had Kentucky basically every day. I had enough Kentucky for a lifetime. So, but when we still were living on junk food, I had extreme PMS symptoms, and I was emotionally ups and downs and pain every month. And since we changed our diet, it was just nothing. I didn't even realize it's coming. So you need more natural foods like phytoestrogens, like flax seeds and soy, to balance out your hormones, and also healthy fats like avos and nuts. And that's just part of the picture to balance your hormones. It's not the only part. And I realized myself that my biggest hormone disruptor was dairy, because the dairy that we get today, the ultra long life milk that we get today, is not the same than what we got when I was a child. We drank raw milk. That was milk the morning, and that was our milk for the day. But the milk that we get today, that's ultra processed, is not the same thing. Your body doesn't understand that, and it creates havoc with your gut and then with your hormones, and especially with cheese. And all of us love a cheese toast here. So cheese, it takes 10 liters of milk to make 1 kilogram of cheese. And the thing with dairy is, if you think about nature, it is the milk of a little calf that's meant to grow to one big beast in 1 year. So it has a lot of growth hormones, and it disrupts our hormones in such a way that we are more prone to get breast cancer and things like that. So it's not the ideal food for us. If you have teeth, you're supposed to eat your food and not drink your food. So although the dairy industry is very strong and on marketing, and they promote their foods as super healthy foods, your double cream yogurt is so good for calcium. No, it's not. It's good marketing. So I'm sorry to say, but there's lovely alternatives to the dairy. But as the first step that I tell the young ladies when they step on the program is, let's just swap your dairy for something else for 12 weeks, and you will see what your body tells you about this. I hope if you have a lot of hormone problems, you listen to this one. It will make a huge difference. And then bone health. The bones in your body needs calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D in the right ratio. So you can eat more green veggies. Yes, green veggies has a lot of calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D in the ratio that your body understands it. It's one thing to get in calcium. It's a different thing for your body to absorb it. And if you get it from the plant-based world, it absorbs much better than when you get it from a cow that has milk for a calf that is from a different species. So the ratio is not in the right. It's not the right ratio, so it doesn't absorb that well. And on the other side, we should make sure that we eat less acidic forming foods, because we lose bone density when we have an acidic diet. And I also have a whole session about alkaline acidity foods in my program. But just for now, just know that less acidic foods is the better if you want good bone health. especially later in your life. And then obviously weight training, weight resistance and weight carrying training. That's good for us for bone density. Right, the third one is energy. Who don't want energy and a normal metabolism? Nobody wants a slow metabolism, but actually your body creates your metabolism in such a way that you can live long. So if you have a very fast metabolism, those people have, well, that's what the stat shows. They have shorter lives. So don't wish your metabolism to kickstart and go for a run. No, it's not the best thing to you. You want a normal metabolism. And what happens with many women, especially women on diets, this crash diet, that diet, this food suppressant, that weight loss drug, whatever, their metabolism is totally out of balance, and that creates a problem for us. And when you and I've got so many women who was on weight loss drugs or injections or whatever, and it works until it doesn't work, and then they want a healthier solution because they don't feel good. So, and then the best thing is to get back to the roots and focus on what is important, get the foundation back so that your metabolism can normalize again and everything can start working in a rhythm that's good and healthy and give you energy, because energy is the end result of healthy body. So if you don't have energy, your body is trying to tell you something. So eat more legumes like chickpeas and beans and lentils to get your energy back. They are the satisfying food. So you can put them in the soup or on a salad or in any meal. That's winter food as well. I have a lovely butter bean curry recipe in my book. That's so easy to make within half an hour. When you take the onion out of the packet until you eat is half an hour max. And then eggs and fish and animal protein in moderation. And we talk a lot about that in our program as well. So you don't get your energy only from protein-rich foods. That is also a myth in the food industry, that only animal products has protein. It's a combination of a wide variety of foods that help your body to get its energy and balance back. And then eliminate the chemicals. The chemicals is not good for you, especially in energy drinks and coffee. And I don't say don't drink coffee. I had my coffees today, and this is my happy moment every day. But coffee and energy drinks more, because they have a lot of chemicals in it, and caffeinated drinks like any other, even black teas also have caffeine, and sweet and processed foods. When you eat these processed foods and drink these caffeine drinks, it's like buying on a credit card. Somewhere in the future, you have to pay the price. You have this spike in your blood sugar or your cortisol levels, and then suddenly this crash and you don't feel well. So the best thing is to have a well-balanced approach towards how am I getting my energy levels stable throughout the day. Right, then skin and hair health. This is maybe my clients' the biggest win. They didn't sign up for a better skin, but when they get the better skin, they feel so good. And even your hair. Everything on the outside is a reflection of what is happening on the inside. So if you're sick or ill, when you look at a ill person in hospital, their skin doesn't look well, their hair doesn't shine, because your body used all the resources to fight the fight on the inside. But when you start to heal and everything, your energy levels come back, your sleep come back, your digestive system is in balance, then the skin and the hair is just glowing. And usually by week 4 on the program, then the people, I can just see they eat well, because it shows on the outside. And that's a really good bonus, especially for the young girls with the skin problems. It's not the hormones. Hormones play a role, yes, but it's not the hormones only. It's the food or the lack of proper food. All right, so more foods like natural foods, and not only citrus fruits or the citrus fruits and bone broth help for collagen, but that's not the only thing. All your veggies and all your fruits has antioxidants that helps. And your omega-3 comes from salmon. That's very expensive, but also from chia seeds. And that is, well, many people promote that as the superfood, but it's actually just because it has a lot of omega-3 and it has protein in it, and it helps to stabilize your blood sugar. So chia seeds is a good one. And then healthy fats like avo. Avo is extremely good for your skin because your brain and your skin, it really helps for that. But stay away from sugar. Sugar is a major ager, and smoking and alcohol and junk food, all of them is just a load on your body, and we don't want that load. You want that glow. So and the next one is mental clarity and good mood. I always tell my clients, you're not a Lego piece. What you can take off your head and there's the body and then the head is separate. It's not. It's everything is connected. So if your body, your digestive system is healthy, it will also have an effect on your brain health and on your mood, how you feel. Are you feeling happy or depressed? Not all is linked to your viewpoint of life. A lot is, but what you eat also has a major impact on your mood. And I saw that with my little ones when they were toddlers and they were at school and they had every Friday it was treat day. Then at 10 o'clock, this little kids get this dump of sugary foods because the school had a fundraising every Friday and you have to pay 5 or 10 rand for that. And then the kids get cupcakes and junk. And by 1 o'clock, they just up and down all over the place and they get in trouble. But it's because of all that sugar. So, if you eat the right type of foods, your body will thank you for that. And there will be less blood sugar spikes. So I think many times, and it's just as a mom looking back, kids land in trouble, they end up in trouble because they are fed foods that it's not supposed to be consumed by them, because you can think that little body has a high spike, blood sugar spike, if you give them a cupcake. It's a little body to handle that. And I've seen many times on parties, it's cupcakes and chips and sweeties and sugary drinks. That poor body struggles with all that sugar. And then they are mentally not there and the parents think, what's wrong? This kid is crazy and then he's in trouble, but it's actually not their fault. So if you remove the junk food, then you're making a huge progress here. All right, so what's the myths versus the facts about superfoods? Many people think superfoods are exotic and expensive, like chia seeds is foreign for many people. They don't know what to do with that. And it is more expensive, but you use very little of that, like a teaspoon or 2 teaspoonfuls. So it's not that expensive. Nuts is expensive, yes, but you also don't snack on that like chips. You're supposed to not eat more than 30 grams a day. So 30 grams can last you, a kilogram can last you very long. So many items is simple things like spinach and kale and tomatoes and oats and things like that. So it doesn't need to be extremely expensive to have a healthy diet. Okay, and then you need supplements to be healthy. And this is a huge fight between the supplement industry and the food. The basis here is most supplement companies will tell you our food is not the same quality as it was 50 years ago. I just wonder how they measured that. But their supplements is of excellent quality. So where do they get the resources of that supplements? Just a question. But on the other side, you need this expensive supplements to have a healthy lifestyle. So if you have the money, you can supplement on that. Just do your research properly. I'm not a big fan of any supplements that you buy in the shops like the Skim or Clicks or things, because I believe you have to look at the label and tell yourself, I believe this is inside and my body can use this. But I'm a bigger fan of you using proper food. And even though you maybe have to eat more food like that, because our food is possibly not the same quality as 50 years ago. So you don't have to eat only 2 fruit, but maybe 4 fruit to get the same nutrients. But still, your body understands real food. How your body absorbs supplements in a pill form, we don't know. So your body understands balance from the side of foods. And if you look at the poor people, many of them have never had a supplement in their life. So how is it possible that they can still survive? Another question. So you can complete that sentence for yourself. So there's also not one superfood that can fix everything. We really need a spectrum and diversity. And the more diversity and balance we have in our nutrition, the better. So in my program, we have a whole 100-point scale. We have a target for every food group. How much should you eat? And I always tell my people when they sign up, you're not going to get hungry here because we eat for the price. You eat for nutrients here. And usually I just had the recent young family who joined, and within the first 2 weeks, both the mother and father lost 5 kilos. They are very impressed with themselves. But they said to me, wow, the food is a lot. We were never hungry. We didn't crave anything. And that's the whole focus. You should not be craving food if you eat a proper balanced meals. So here's a few tips. Instead of having Cocoa Pops or Future Life or any of these highly processed foods, you can take regular oats, jungle oats or rolled oats or any of that, and mix that with chia seeds and berries and have, you can add, what I do in winter, I just pour over some orange juice and let it stand in my fridge. And the next morning you have a delicious breakfast, no work. It's a quick and easy one. It has a lot of fiber. It has a lot of micronutrients. I usually add some berries of some sort, raspberries or blueberries, frozen berries. It's easy. And then you have a proper meal, quick and easy. Instead of having deep fried chips or fries, you can have oven roasted sweet potato. You get sweet potato fries, but the store-bought ones still have some extra ingredients added to that. If you make your own, it's a bit more work, but it's healthier. To take chickpeas and roast it in a pan with some cumin and paprika. It's a 5-minute exercise to give you really crunchy things to eat. And many times when I look at my dish for the evening and I think, well, maybe we need something with more substance there, I will just add a can of chickpeas that I roast with cumin and paprika in the pan and top the dish with that. And delicious. Any oven roasted veggies will do excellent with something like that. According to me, sodas is the worst of the worst that you can have because it is just below energy drinks because it's only chemicals. Your body doesn't understand that. So if you replace the sodas with a sparkling water that has non-flavored sparkling water and you add a slice of lemon or berries, it's a shift in the right direction. So it's more hydrating and it at least has no sugar and chemicals, other chemicals there. White rice is it's a processed food. Brown rice is less processed. You can have black rice or wild rice. That's minimally processed. It's more in the superfood range. But the other options is quinoa. It's a real natural food, or make your own cauliflower rice or buy that. That has more micronutrients per calorie. So it's more fiber and protein there. And then just to say there's an option for ice cream. That was my staple food when I was young. I was living off ice cream, all types of ice cream. And then I discovered I'm actually lactose intolerant. So that was part of my problems. And when I dropped the ice cream and the dairy, I replaced it with real banana ice cream, with frozen banana that you just blend with some blueberries and a little bit of orange juice just to get it working. And it becomes like soft serve and it's beautiful. It's I made myself chocolate ice cream yesterday after lunch. So that's a real treat for me and it's so healthy. You have a proper food and you have a lovely taste of that and I don't miss the old dairy ice cream. And if you think about a quick and easy meal, cup of soup is definitely not the answer. That is just a packet full of calories and no nutrients. A lot of promises, flavors. It's actually flavored starched, highly processed. So you can just drop that and make a proper soup over the weekend. And then you can freeze it in portion sizes. So in a week, you just take it out, and for the same time that a cup of soup cup would take to heat it up, you just take it, put it in your cup and heat it up in the microwave, and there you have proper soup made from proper ingredients like real carrots and onions and tomatoes and things like that. So we always want to cut out the chemicals as much as possible and replace it with real food, and then you will see the difference in your body. So what is the strategy if you want to have a healthier life? You know, it's the end of June. We have 2 months left. We're now in deep winter on this side of the earth, on the south side. So now our bodies are really fighting the fight against all the flu and viruses and things that's in the air. So to take control over your body is now a good time. It's really a good time. So you have to prioritize your health. And maybe just to tempt you with an idea, many people say, I will get on a healthy program after my holiday. I'm going on holiday, first want to feast. And actually, sorry, what I found when we went on this lifestyle change program on a holiday, it was the best decision of our lives because we had time. We had time to focus on that. And maybe that's a good idea if you have time left in this winter to do that. But you can only focus on the top 5 priorities. So what will it be? Sorry about that. So the first one, I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks. And it's basically the basis of our program. But if you want to do it yourself, here's the way how to do it. So you first define your goal. You set your flag on the mountain. Where do you want to be by the 1st of September? You have to give yourself a goal. Where am I working to? Otherwise, we are just drifting. So where do you want to be by the 1st of September? It's just more than 60 days away, 67, I think. And then what is your strategy plan? How will you do it? What do you want to achieve and how do you want to do that? And then do your research. You need some proper knowledge before you start, and just don't take everything from everybody. It will just create a mess in your mind. So decide on a strategy plan and get focused on that, and then do your research. And then the main thing, if you do something on your own, is don't try to do everything at once. Don't go on a training program if you've not trained for the past 3 or 4 months. Just start with one new thing every week. So what will you put in and what will you take out of your diet? So if, say, for instance, you are drinking energy drinks or a lot of things that has chemicals in it, take that one thing away and replace it with one healthy thing. Or one bad habit, replace it with a healthier habit. And every swap that you make is sending you in the right direction, but don't do more than one because it will be overwhelming to try too many things all at once. So give yourself some slack here and say, I'm going to be graceful with myself. And then keep track of your progress so that you can keep your focus. Consistency is the key to success. And inconsistency is the troublemaker who steals your success from you. So maybe you have a good Monday every Monday, but by Wednesdays are bad because I don't have my focus and commitment every day there. So I never see the success. So, and again, you're not living on an island. Who's your support team? Who's voting for you? Who's supporting you? Or don't visit the people in your life who just want to derail you. And unfortunately, with food, it's a normal thing. When you have an alcohol problem or a drug problem, nobody will tell you just have a drug with me or just have a sip of alcohol. They know you can never do that again. But when you have a food problem, everybody wants, or you try to eat healthier, everybody wants to derail you. I don't know why it is, but food is way more difficult to make the shift on your own. So who's your support team? Who is supporting you in your effort? And how do you measure success? Do you measure it on the scale? Do you measure it in the first 3 weeks? You most probably won't see any success except maybe for 1 or 2 kilos on the scale. The success comes later. The first, it becomes harder and then it becomes easier. But how do you measure your success? If you measure it on a daily basis, based on, I did this 3 things that I wanted to do, have my veggies, have my fruit, have my daily water or whatever, your smoothie or soup. And that's my success. Great for you. But you have to keep a list to see that you are making success. And then what's your plan and your strategy? Plan A is life is perfect. Everything went according to plan A. But what happens if there is no plan? Or the day something got derailed and now you have to fall back onto plan B or plan C. What will that be? If you are ready for that and you had made a pre-decision or about plan B and plan C and give yourself some grace there, then you will be able to stick to it. But what happens most of the times is people want to be perfect. And if they can't do it perfect, they won't do it at all. And then they don't start. But if you give yourself some grace and say, I want to change one thing per week and only one thing, then it's just one thing you have to focus on. And you don't need to do every day perfect. You can do it 90% while it's also and still make progress. You're not trying to get a speed train out of the station. A slow train is also helpful. It's way better than not starting at all. So what is your plan A, B, and C? So this is still DIY options, and then you have to stick to it at least 60 days. So the first 21 days will be tough. Your brain is not used to change and it will give you some noise back. Your body doesn't like change. So the comfort zone will push back and you will have to really stick to your guns to get through this phase. But if you do, you will see the results. So the main idea with DIY plan is do it slowly and steadily. If you lose 200 grams a week, it's good. If you just introduce one new food per week, fine. If you just learn one recipe per week, fine. Because you have a lot of research to do, and the main change comes with your brain. Your brain starts to make new connections, but you have to keep learning. And the moment your brain knows enough, it starts to connect the dots, and there's a whole new path opening up for you. So this is the DIY method, slowly but steadily. The other one is to join the Abundant Health Program. This is our general program for people who want to improve their health. So we look at the broad spectrum of markers. So it's sleep, it's energy levels, it's gut health, it's mental health, it's sinus, it is coffee addiction, your caffeine addiction maybe, and how anxious do you feel? All of that are covered. Do you struggle with constipation, of diarrhea? We measure all of that every week. And then we define the goal again. And then I bring the knowledge to the table. Because for the past 21 years, I did research on this. This is my passion. So I have loads and stacks of books and videos and things that I've read that I summarized and combined it into one program. So when I bring the information to my clients, they know it's sorted. It's not just anybody's information. It is the top doctors in the world who specialize in a specific area like nutrient density or gut health or gluten-free or whatever that may be, autoimmune diseases. I take their information and I build it into a program and I bring that knowledge to the table in a condensed version so that you can watch one video and get the picture. Okay, then we design a strategy. What is your goal? So we get into alignment with that goal and design a strategy. How fast will we go? How will we approach this whole process? What will your menu plan be? Give you a recipe book and incorporate your whole lifestyle into that. Do you have a family? Don't you have a family? For how many people do you make food? And we work out the strategy with that. And then we create systems for success. If you climb a mountain, you need a backpack and the right type of shoes and a water bottle and ropes and everything like that to keep you safe, because you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So if you have a bad day, you have a safety net there. Your safety net is your system. So our systems are the menu plan, our strategy, your recipes, your knowledge, your videos that you watch, your feedback, your accountability, your sessions with me. All of that is part of the system to help you achieve success, to get up that mountain. And then accountability. Part of our program is a daily journal and a weekly progress report. So you will think twice when you have to write down that lemon meringue and you realize, okay, I don't want to write it down tonight because I have to explain it then. No, I'd much rather not eat it because I'm actually on the program on my way to something. I'm in training. I'm not trying to do this. So that will help you. And then you will see that the consistency is way easier. When you have a guide right next to you who can help you every step of the way, and you can just WhatsApp me and ask me a question, and I have a problem here, or I have a family gathering, what's my strategy? We can work on that. So it's much easier to be consistent when you have the right type of support. And then we celebrate your success. Every week we celebrate what went well, and then we look at the challenge, the next week challenge, and we work on that. So that is our whole focus with the Light to Live programs. I have different types of programs, but in essence, if you want to see success, you have to work and eat and do life in alignment with the design of your body. If you want a body that performs well, you have to incorporate everything. So balanced diet is a whole variety of food. Think again, paradise, a spectrum of foods. And it's not only focusing on a few. And I hope we could disrupt the whole superfood thing so that if you read superfoods, you know at least is this a healthy food? Well, they say. But in our course, we distinguish it through from the myth, what is really, really good foods and what is pure marketing. So there's the programs. All of them has 12 weeks. And we have different focus areas. So with the Mastering Menopause, we look specifically at women in their menopausal phase who wants to lose weight and feel more energized, get rid of the night sweats and all of that. Abundant Health is for families in general. Weight loss, next month, we will definitely focus at the end of July on the weight loss zone, because many people has a few kilos to shed in August before spring. And Heal Your Gut is especially for the people with autoimmune diseases. Then we work on that. We also have a child body and brain development program that is focused on young families who want their children to perform at their best and feel their best. So developing their brains. And there's the recipe book, more than 100 plus recipes that's family friendly, child friendly, men friendly, and it's based on South African flavors. So there's lasagnas and pizza and chicken pie, and you have your brine, all of that is part of the package, but in such a way that it is delicious foods. Okay, and then I also have a level 2 course for the people who finished the first one. Right, this is one of my clients. She was struggling with hypoglycemia. Blood sugar levels just dropped, and she struggled with staying awake after a meal. And she was really focused. Marley was really focused, and she even lost a lot of weight. So she feels a lot better. This is also one of my clients, beautiful young lady that struggled so much for, I think, 18 months with a chronic autoimmune disease, and she was put on numerous medicines and chemicals, and eventually on chemotherapy. And then a dermatologist said, well, if this doesn't work, I can't help you. And then she went to a homeopath and to me, and together we worked out a plan and within 12 weeks, everything was cured. So your body wants to heal yourself from the inside out. So this lady was a diabetic. She wanted to lose weight. She wanted to feel better, sleep better in her menopause. And she lost 32 kilograms. She started there and in 2021, and last year I saw her for the first time again, and I was amazed. I nearly didn't recognize her. All right, this client, he was a few months from retiring, and he was in severe pain with arthritis, and his wife actually bullied him into the program, but after 3 weeks he said to me, okay, I understand this, and then he started to do this program, and these energy levels are the best in years. He's now in his 70s and still going strong. All right, Esther is doing well. I lost a lot of weight, but also got rid of migraines, that she was struggling with migraines for so many years. And this is the menopause program. And this is my question to you: whether you start on yourself on your own, wanted to do it on your own, or you wanted to do it with me, will you take the next step? How long will you wait to take the next step and make a change in your lifestyle? I strongly believe by the 1st of September, you can see a big shift if you want to start doing this program on your own. So any questions, anybody? Okay, so what we did is we recorded this session, and we will send out the recording tomorrow. And then if you have seen anything, if there's anything that you still want to know, you're welcome to book a free directional and lifestyle session with me just to ask questions. And I'm more than willing to help everyone. My passion is to help people becoming healthy and strong, and little ones to go through school without the troubles and the difficulty, because their brains is working properly. And that's the same for people in their 50s. I want you to have a beautiful menopause and have an energized life. So thanks a lot for joining me tonight. We will send out the recording tomorrow. And it was lovely seeing you here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, Ronelle. Enjoy your evening then. See you next week.
Thank you, Lies.
Bye.
Okay, Ilse, lekker week vir jou.
Selfde vir jou. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.